a large range of very enthusiastic people that enjoy life, all sorts of types. There's some enthusiastics, there's some quiet people, there's some crazy people, shy people. It's a real mix here, but they're all very, very welcoming.
We're probably a little bit north Manchester, just out of Manchester across the river, but we're just 5 minutes from Deansgate and the busiest area of Manchester. Nightclubs, clubs, bars, all that kind of stuff.
My name's Darren Long. I'm the senior professional here at the Manchester Tennis Racquet Club and been here for just up to 9 years now.
My name's Steve Brockenshaw. I'm the head professional here at MTRC, Manchester Tennis and Racquets Club.
So the club was originally built in 1876. We were just a rackets club at the bottom of the road.
And after a couple of years, there was a compulsory purchase order by the railways. And the original club was knocked down, and then this club was rebuilt and opened in 1880.
We relocated 500 yards up the road and built a real tennis court as well, which probably keeps the club in tow now.
And I think in 1926, we also had a squash court added at the top of the building. Not the busiest of clubs to begin with, and I know through the 1970s it was very quiet, and then Peter Kershaw, who was the club president, managed to keep the court going on a shoestring. And I think when Frank Willis came back the second time, it slowly picked up as a members club, and it's a good social club now. It's very different to what it was originally. When I first started in 1985, I'd say 80% of membership I had to say Mr. to people, not many first name bases.
So for me, when I first came here in 2010, it was like stepping back in time. When you walk through that door and you see just the decor and everything else like that, it's kind of like stepping back, but also walking into Hogwarts, I think a lot of people have said in the past.
Slowly over the years, it's changed as far as I'm concerned for the better, and it's a much more friendlier, social, great club as far as I'm concerned. We've got lots of people coming in from town and the suburbs who come and try the game.
We're a very social club. We're known for dining and entertaining, a lot of lunches, and lawyers sort of come through the club. We're trying to sort of branch out, expand a little bit now, so anyone's welcome who wants to play the game, really.
I think it's a fantastic looking club, an old gentleman's club. When you first walk in, it feels like that, but then you do definitely become more relaxed when you realise the clientele and the membership is very easygoing. Here
at Manchester, we have 3 recognised sports that we play. So obviously we've got real tennis, we've got rackets, and we've got a squash court. The rackets court is sort of doubling or trebling up for other uses at the moment. So we get a bit of pickleball on there, which has been affiliated by the Pickleball Association, and a few of our members play their own version of paddle.
This tennis court is, you would say it was bouncy. It's quite a bouncy court. We have really good tennis balls here. They're solid and they're firm. We don't want them too soft because they will be too bouncy.
I think a lot of people will agree the real tennis court here in Manchester is a little bit tricky. But it's a rallying court. It's pretty slow, so every ball is retrievable. You've really got to be gritty, prepared to just adjust, change. The ball might do a few funny things off some ridges, but because of the pace of the court being a bit slower, you can still adjust to them. So be patient and stick at it.
The good thing about this court, if you actually put some work on it, i.e. putting lots of cuts, the ball will come down. But it's a court you need to hit your targets, otherwise it stays in play, more like a squash court. So you need to hit your targets or put heavy cuts on.
I would say you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be very, very aggressive. The ball's there to be played. If you get into a rallying situation, the guy at the service end will dominate 9 times out of 10. I know that's the case in a lot of clubs, but I'd say even more so here.
Well, I still think if you can hit to a good length with cut, that still works. I know a lot of people these days don't really do that. They tend to force all the time. But a lot of force is 50% go onto the penthouse. So sometimes I don't have to clean the penthouse too often.
The railroad's good. The railroad works very well. We've got a very high roof, so high sidewall is very effective, like at Queen's. Bobble on a good length. They're the 3 I would recommend out the bat.
Railroads work well. If you put too much spin on it, it just pops out off the sidewall. So you can get it to hug the wall, or high side walls work very well as well.
The walls are very grippy, so the angles are bigger. The ball naturally picks up extra spin. So when you're thinking the ball's going to come here, it's probably going to hit you in your stomach. It's just a bit of a wider angle. The Rackets court's a really, really friendly court. Similar to the real tennis court in a lot of ways. You can have a lot of long rallies. You've got to serve really, really deep on this court to get the ball to bite down. If you don't, there's a lot of opportunity to turn, take lets. But if you can get that first bounce to pitch just before the back wall, it becomes impossible.
The Rackets court here, it's a great sounding court and plays extremely true. You know, I think it's a really, really good court, probably one of the best.
A good example of how the court is just different was when Will Hopton played Alex Duncliffe-Vines in the Eliminators. He beat him down at Queen's, I think it was 4-1. Needed just one game here, and Alex managed to win all 5 to make it his way to the final. Just played the court better. Playing through the lines definitely helps. Serving well, like I say, serving deep and getting that ball to pitch just before the back wall. If you serve short, you're setting up the opportunity to play straight, create those angles, and let the retriever, the returner, get on top of the rally early.
So we have the Gold Racket, which is every October, which is a ranking tournament.
We're very proud to sort of say, on average, I would say we get 6 of the top 10 in the world turn up. Singles, doubles, play going on for 16 hours of the day, sometimes longer. So
we do get, you know, we have the world champion play, I think last year or the year before. And then we have the guys who've come over from America for the social side. So October's the big one.
We've got the Category A Championships here at the moment, which obviously is the best tennis we're seeing at the club. And all the crowd are getting involved. We've got a dinner. So they're probably the 2 highlights. But just any inter-club match is, you know, a lot of clubs come here for a weekend where they have dinner, they play Saturday, they play Sunday. It becomes a whole event as opposed to just a one-off match.
Yeah, if you're a member of the club, we have the annual knockout, which runs through the year. Works really well. We do internal leagues, so we've got 10 leagues. There's 6 players in there for the ones who are really keen, who want to play all the time. We have what's called the Bentley Cup, which is our club doubles handicap, and also we have our internal spring handicap singles, which is that's every February, end of February play that.
So a social event here, they would have to dress to impress. It's jacket and tie upstairs. Ladies always look beautiful in their dresses, but you'll expect good service, good banter, free-flowing wine, and most importantly, exceptional food. We've got a really good chef here at the moment, whose food is just I wouldn't say getting better because it was high from the start, but it's getting more known and people are talking a lot more about his food.
And we have a great social side, so we have lots of functions, you know, from outside members functions for lunches and dinners, which is really taking off. And we have a fantastic upstairs team now, Shelley and Gareth, her husband, who's the chef, and that's really taking off. You know, they're fantastic.
So lunches become quite long lunches. I probably wasn't too aware of how long a lunch can go on for until I came to one here. You don't tend to do much after lunch.
Yeah, so through the week, Monday to Friday, we have lunch, so it can vary. You know, on a Monday we could have anywhere from 3 to 10 people. Through the week, on average, we have 10 to 15 people in for lunch, Monday to Friday. The
bar is kind of like most of the clubs, very sociable, but we have fantastic wine. We have our own branded champagne, which a lot of people, once they've tasted it, give it as gifts to other people to try because it's class. It's really good. Yeah, they can ring the club straight away on our club number 01618340616 or professional@mtrc.co.uk. And we offer, you know, the incentive at the moment, of course, is to get them in for the paddle and the pickle. But if people want to try real tennis, they don't pay a court fee, they just pay the lesson fee, which is £35 for the hour. We supply the racket and that's all they need to do. So we have a system on our website where you can follow a link and email the pros directly. Give us a call. or just come knock on the door. Honestly, we'll be more than welcome, show you around, introduce some members and show you what we have to offer.